The recent dev stream had put a smile on my face, as the developer talked about frame rework. They have discussed 6 frames that will be tweaked during the Heart of Deimos Arcana update, and I'm so glad that they also said that these are not the only frames that would have a proper rework. They also mentioned that they are working on tweaks for other frames, and I'm very happy that they are doing this since honestly, most of the frames we are using have mediocre abilities that don't fit well in their kit. The Helminth system is a great tool to fix every Warframe in the game, but honestly, I won't recommend it until you have enough resources to burn in this new system. Sometimes, players want a frame because of how they are built, and not how they have experimented with the Helminth system. Like I've said, there will be 6 Warframes that the developer will be buffing during the next update, namely, Ash, Chroma, Atlas, Necros, Nidus and Zephyr. Now, some of you may know and don't agree with the buffs, and I'm here to tell you why these are great improvements for these frames. First of all, let's talk about Nidus. The tweak for Nidus is pretty simple. Everything that is killed within your lava ability will allow you to gain bonus mutation stacks. This is basically a big improvement in team composition. Nidus is very good in solo runs, and he doesn't have any problem maxing his mutation stacks. However, he will have some problems with a team because sometimes, other players tend to kill enemies fast that you won't be able to build up your mutation stack. And remember, most of his abilities rely on mutation stack, like his link, invulnerable passive, and more. It adds great value to his lava ability, and gives you that confidence to be with a team, knowing that you won't have any problem building up mutation stacks for your abilities. The next one is Ash. Just like Nidus, Ash will receive a quality of life improvement to his Blade Storm ability. Digital Extremes will remove the mark stacking in this ability, and it will just be an automatic 3 mark per target. We don't know how this will work out yet, but my best bet is that when you glance an enemy, they will receive the 3 marks automatically. This is very good in terms of easy marking, and it makes the ability efficient, but my only concern is how much energy would each mark consumes. I'm hoping that the developer will also lower the energy consumption of each mark to make Blade Storm an even fun ability to play with. This is just my thoughts, but I honestly hope that the energy consumption for the automatic 3 marks will be reduced. Moving on, Zephyr will also get an improvement in her 2 abilities. Her air burst will have a damage increase per enemy hit, depending on how much enemies you group together. And then, when enemy health is within a certain threshold, they will be opened to finisher kills. I don't know how much of an improvement this will be for her air burst, since damage increase can't kill high-level enemies alone. Remember that you must also factor in shield and armor, and I'm not going to hype myself with this change, although it's promising because we can certainly make a high range and high power strength build for Zephyr, to make Rework air burst gun, but still, I want to use it firsthand before throwing my final verdict. On the other hand, the improvement in her tornado ability is very interesting. The developer said that the main emphasis of the rework will make her tornado more sticky, and it will have a 2 casting mechanic. Tapping the ability will make stationary tornadoes, while holding the ability key will make the usual moving and roaming tornadoes. As you might guess, this will improve Zephyr's new King Tornado build, and I'm going to cover how much damage this new sticky tornado can build up compared to the previous one. Next, they are also tweaking Atlas Bulwark ability. They said that the change will be more towards giving the ability an area of effect/damage. The idea is, whenever an enemy hits the ability, they will be damaged with /damage or some sort of shrapnel, just like Rebecca said on the dev stream. They did not mention how much damage the enemies will receive from blindly punching a stone, so I will not give any criticism just yet on these changes. Honestly, I find it weird to give this ability an area of effect/damage, but let's see how it will play out once we can use it with Atlas. The next one is Necros, Loot Daddy's weakest ability. Soul Punch can now kill enemies below 25% health and turn them into an extra clone, or heal your existing army when they are full. While it may be tricky to pull this off, but it can be done, and it does give improvement to Necros' 4th ability. Remember that it takes time to cast your 4th ability, and sometimes, you will need Rolling Guard on your build to give you a short period of invulnerability while casting your 4th. Soul Punch somehow can fix this problem. If you use it at the right time, then you can instantly heal or create a new clone without needing to cast your 4th ability. It's a good quality of life improvement for Necros, and it does give good synergy on his abilities. The only problem is, it's quite tricky to pull off a kill in either high level and low level content. Oftentimes, enemies will instantly die with your weapon in low-level content, while it takes time to chip away the health of enemies at high level. Nonetheless, it can be done with the right build and setup. And the last Warframe, and probably the highlight of the first batch of Warframe rework, is Chroma. This is the most interesting part of the Warframe rework in the next update, since Chroma will be getting in mission cycling of elements. There's not much that has been said about how will this work out for Chroma, but I think it will be just for Spectral Scream. If this happens, then we can use toxin, electric, cold, and heat damage of Spectral Scream while in mission. While this change is good, I'm still not a big fan of the ability since it consumes a lot of energy based on the usual Chroma build I used. Oftentimes, I go with max power strength Chroma to get the most from his Vex armor, and I'm hoping Digital Extremes would do something about the energy drain. Also, if they really want this ability to shine, then let us combine elements. I'm not saying that they will add another gear wheel to combine elements, but what I'm trying to say is that, for example, both heat and toxin element can linger depending on how much duration you have on your Chroma, and when you use either electric or cold on these damage type, you can form viral, corrosive, radiation, or even gas. This will absolutely make Spectral Scream good, and I'm hoping that Digital Extremes see this video before they release the changes. Another suggestion that I would like to give them is to somehow change the mechanic of the ability gear wheel. I know you have used this kind of mechanic already on Vauban's mine layer, or even on Ivara's quiver, and I know that you know how clunky this kind of mechanic is. Often, you will have to press the key a couple of times, then press and hold to cast, which makes it really annoying. I'm hoping that they will give dedicated keys for these sub-abilities so we can easily use this mechanic, and it will surely make the ability more fun to play. I'm just giving my 2 cents here, and I would like to hear your opinions on the comment section below. Watch out for more news and guides on this channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more Warframe content. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.